It is Kevin Henry, and welcome back to another edition of the Dental Trade Alliance podcast. I am honored to be the host of this podcast as well as the editor-in-chief for drbicuspid.com. I'm also honored today to have two individuals with us from Yankee Dental. We're going to be talking about all the great things that are to come in Boston this January. So first, I want to introduce Kevin Montero, who is the CEO of the Massachusetts Dental Society. Kevin, how are you today?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, Kevin.
Hey, glad to have you on. Always good to have another Kevin on the show. We need more of those in the world. So
that's right.
And then I'm also going to introduce Dr. Gigi Garcia Rogers, who is the General Chair for Yankee Dental Congress 2025. Dr. Rogers, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Kevin. Thank you so much for having us today.
I'm so glad to have you on. I'm excited. Boston is one of my favorite meetings of the year. I always love coming to Yankee. It feels like it's really the kickoff of the major dental meeting season, so very glad to have you all on. But before we dive into all good things Yankee this year, I'd love just for our audience to know a little bit more about you. And Kevin, just a short bio, if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course. So I've been the CEO and executive director for the Massachusetts Dental Society, the organization that puts on Yankee, for the past 4 years now. So this will be my fifth Yankee as the CEO of the organization. I've actually been with the organization, though, for almost 12 years. So I've been a part of organized dentistry for a long time. I'm excited to sort of keep on working with organized dentistry and help our corporate partners and our attendees and dentists do better dentistry.
And Dr. Gigi Garcia Rogers, would you just have a moment to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am a pediatric dentist. I actually just celebrated my 30th reunion from Tufts University School of Dental Medicine. I did my pedo training in Michigan. I've been very involved in Yankee Dental for many, many years, having helped out as a room coordinator, presiding chair, and then moved up in the ranks to all the way to the core committee on different committees and involved. I was involved on the oversight committee and now general chair. And as you know, I mean, the volunteers are what make this meeting happen. So I've been very connected. I love every minute of it. I look forward to it every year.
Well, that is awesome. And while I've got you on the hot seat, I'm just going to ask you, as you were putting this program together, what were some of the things that excited you the most about what we're going to see in Boston in 2025?
Well, I was asked to help organize a big celebration, and we are celebrating 50 years of Yankee this year, which is huge. So, and I love a good party. So that's what we're out for. We've got a lot going on every day. As you know, every year we have top-notch courses and education tracks with unique content for everybody on the team. But as far as the show floor, we have a lot going on every single day. We all, as meetings, took a hit, with COVID, and we've been able to slowly bring things back, and we're putting it all out this year for this 50th. So even starting from the top of the escalator as you go on down to the show floor, we've got a casino right at the bottom. We've got photo ops galore for the 50th for your team. We've got traffic builders everywhere. We're bringing back the chowder tasting, I should say, not chowder.
Exactly.
We've got that's back. We've got the wine and beer at the end of the afternoon, so you can hang out with the exhibitors and your colleagues. We've got a gelato bar. We've got a huge entertainment. That's big because we've always been known for our big performers in years past, and this year it's come back. We're opening with Classic Journey and then partying with Flow Rida. I know my staff is really, really excited. They all want tickets. And then we even have puppies coming to on Saturday from a local shelter, so you can share the love and bring a new member home. We've got Boston cream pie. Got lots and lots going on all weekend long.
Sounds like I need to bring my my stretchy pants along with me for some of the good food that's going to be there. So that'll be fantastic. Well, Kevin, it sounds like that this is obviously a lot of good ways to bring people down to the exhibit hall. And from your perspective as the CEO, how do you work with the dental trade to ensure a successful meeting for all parties?
Yeah, so this is a year-round effort. It's something that we work on year-round, like I said, and we're constantly talking to our corporate partners throughout the year to figure out what their needs are, to understand what are the things that we can do differently, and what are their objectives for the show. And I think you can see that with some of the things that we have planned. The live entertainment is a huge draw to the event as a whole, so we're really expecting that to bring a lot of people back to Yankee. And then, as Gigi mentioned, bringing all those traffic builders to the show floor is really going to create a exciting environment for our exhibitors and our corporate partners to see a lot of new faces and see a lot of existing faces, help them retain their customers and help them find some new ones too. So we're really excited for everything that Yankee has to offer this year. And we're going to keep on working with our corporate partners. Once this show wraps, we're going to find out from them what worked and what didn't work. And we're going to make sure 26 is even bigger and better.
That's great, because that was actually be a follow-up question for you is how much do you all rely on what you hear from the exhibitors in 25 to build toward 26 whenever it comes to the show floor? And how important is that feedback to Yankee Dental?
It's incredibly important. We could not have a successful show without our attendees and without our corporate partners. So we solicit feedback from both sides, from the attendees, what worked, what didn't work, and from the corporate partners, what worked and what didn't work. And we take that feedback to heart, and we try to make things better for the next year. So we'll be talking to them during the show. If there's anything that we can do during the show to make it better, we'll try our best to make it better even during the show. But we'll be listening to them during the show, and then we'll take that feedback and we'll make some changes for the following year.
Dr. Gigi, a question for you is, whenever I first started going to Yankee way back in the day when it was at the Heinz, so this has been a while ago, but I know that you all have always had an emphasis on education on the show floor and doing something to bring the attendees down to the show floor for another reason other than just looking at the booths. How important are the show floor classrooms, should I say, whenever you're doing your planning for annual session?
That's big too, because obviously we want to bring people down to the show floor. We have even different corporate sponsorship for different courses that are going on downstairs as well. We also, as far as, include that's going around the periphery, but even the spending too, I wanted to also piggyback on what Kevin said earlier. This is the first time we're going to have all 3 days of spend and get as well. So that keeps a lot of people interested. I know I'm saving up all my spending for Yankee because we're giving out gift cards at every level of spending as well. So like, for example, you spend $500 to $5,000, get a $50 gift card, $5,001 to $10,000, get a $100 gift card, $10,001 to $5 or more, you get a $500 gift card. So as you're learning about different things on the floor, and that'll even entice you to look even further into those products.
And I just want to pick your brain for just a moment as a doctor, if you don't mind. What is it that draws you to a booth, whether you're a Yankee or another show? What brings you in and makes you interested to actually look at a product?
I like to touch things. I like to actually try them out. I like when that exhibitor is, they're reaching out to you and, their attention's on you and you're, and just trying things, especially as a pediatric dentist. We like to try, taste. We got to make sure that everything, is good that the patient is going to appreciate it and like it. And that's really big. And there's even on the show floor, we have different ways to try technology as well. That's being also offered on the show floor. So that's a great way to try things. And technology is constantly changing, and lots for us to stay, in touch with as we're so busy in practice. So yeah.
Kevin, a question for you. As I said, I've been to Yankee every year for a number of years, and I've seen how the area around the new exhibition center and convention center has evolved. How important has it been to have those things in the area around the convention center come to life for attendees and for exhibitors as well?
I have to tell you that this might be the most impressive neighborhood in Boston, especially since it's truly brand new. In the past 20 years or so, this neighborhood has incredibly transformed. We have incredible restaurants, an incredible nightlife. There's high-end shopping for people. It's incredibly safe as well, which is a very important factor since people will be out and about after hours, and it's in a major city. So those are all very important factors, I think, as people are thinking about, which major shows am I going to go to? I think Boston has everything to offer right around the convention center. And we are very fortunate that we have incredible hotel partners, and the Tourism Bureau is very, very helpful in working with us. That I think the whole package comes together, Yankee, the show itself, plus the surrounding area and the pre-hours and the after-hours experience for attendees and exhibitors alike is just a phenomenal experience that cannot be beat.
And Dr. Gigi, one more question for you, if you don't mind. Whenever you knew that you were going to be planning the 50th anniversary, was that more pressure on you, or is that something you embraced?
Oh, I totally embraced it. I love a good party. One thing I really love about Yankee is that I just love getting back together with my colleagues. I have good friends from all over New England and neighboring states, and even from far away that come back to Yankee. And I've had, over my 30 years, we have a group that just always, this is where we meet. We always meet at Yankee. We meet at our roots. So I look forward to that, just seeing all of my friends, and including, the courses themselves are just top notch. Even as a pediatric dentist, we have specialty symposiums as well. So we really offer something for everyone.
Well, I know I'm looking forward to being there in January for the food, for the party, and just for the learning. I've always been a part of the Dental Assisting Day, and it's a great time to speak to those amazing team members. Kevin, I'd love, if you don't mind, just let our audience know, how do they learn more about Yankee Dental and kind of prep for that trip to Boston in late January, early February?
The best location is the website, yankeedental.com. On there, you'll be able to find all the information that you need. If you didn't get a hard copy program book, there's a virtual program book that you can sort of swipe through, if you will. But that is your one-stop shop for everything Yankee.
Awesome. Well, Kevin Montero, Dr. Gigi Garcia-Rogers, thank you both for your time so much today. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Kevin,
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And thanks to all of you who have listened to this episode of the Dental Trade Alliance podcast. It is great to know what the trade shows are doing to help exhibitors succeed, as well as to make sure that the attendees are getting the maximum amount of education as possible in one place. Until next time, it's Kevin Henry, host of this podcast, as well as the editor-in-chief for Dr. Bicuspid, signing off, and as always, wishing you nothing but success ahead.